So this is my a little bit of a discussion and a little bit of a rant on the whole Park Panderverse thing. I think it was pretty funny. I mean, this episode alone raised my faith in humanity like a bit 30% or something because this is really funny. But what I liked is. I guess how this it's essentially just made fun of all the shitty stuff that liberals in USA defend, lazy writing, non-believable characters. The thing is about a TV series is you're supposed to make characters that you can believe could be real. You base life experiences and you write them in, and then they have to act as uh, depending on how the situation escalates, and there are things you're supposed to make them believable in that sense of what a real person would do. And what the problem is with all these woke shows or movies, they are just horrible for three reasons. One, they just stand big and that's all. And two, um, there's really nothing lifelike about it. It's kind of like AI in the show itself. Just joking about it, all artificial shit. And number three, it's just rehash of all ideas. And that's the problem. Is there's nothing believable about the characters. They just feel like some lazy pandering stuff. That's kind of the joke, with the show. That's what I like about it. But I also will rant a little bit about the left wingers on YouTube who's trying to argue that this show is making fun of right wingers, which is stupid, because it is true that Kathleen Kennedy, which is like a leftoid or tanky or whatever. I'm just using an insult now, but she's a left winger at least. And she kind of has this thing of pandering, and then Cartman sends a bunch of hate letters, and essentially that kind of makes them combine or something into this sort of mix of the worst of both worlds. So the problem I have with left wingers is they can't own being made fun of. This is obviously taking the shit out of left wingers the most. It would be sort of like if I were to say how the episode of "They Took My Jobs" and how this just made fun of left wingers who think this is what the right wingers are all about, and it's stupid. It's obviously that you have to be able to laugh at your own expense. Look, even if you say that the whole Cartman with Kathleen Kennedy is sort of like both assholes or something, I guess that's the most sensible part, of the Reddit posts that I read or people online, and that's kind of true. But be honest, this is taking mostly the shit out of leftists. There's true that there's people who are just terminally online and can't get get a job, or who can't go to school and get a skill in life, just gonna go on the internet and argue with a bunch of nonsense. But at the same time, lazy writing, can't think of original ideas, can't base it on real life people. That part is making absolute fun of left wingers. This is not even exaggeration. The episode itself is yeah, get off your asses, you lazy assholes. So that's the thing, is you gotta own up to being made fun of. I just think it's a kind of sort of like this knee jerk thing with a two-part system of the giant douche and a third sandwich. If you want a better political system, just use a Danish one. Representative multi-party system. If you're out of a job, welfare, but you should be working. So a centralized, decentralized government that encourages work market. Just an example of that. If you just want to own each other and being assholes, but the point is, you have to own up to being made fun of. I just hate that with the. I think someone said it online the best, with the Sopa creators Trey Parker and Matt Stones. They said something like, "We hate Republicans, but we absolutely hate liberals," or something like that. You can kind of see it with the smugness and assholery, and just the whole knee jerk shit. So I don't know. Culturally, I guess it's something like that. But in the end, they are good. Soap is good at making fun of both sides, and I think they're just good at making fun of things that deserve to be made fun of. But there's something like annoying about people who just are so in their own ass that they can't like accept being made fun of. But it's a fun episode. I think they made jokes about the thing that deserved to be ridiculed, and that deserved to be owned up to. So it was a very funny episode, and you know, put a chick in it and make it gay. The South Park thing. The Cartman thing with Kathleen Kennedy, and the mixture of that stuff. I absolutely recommend you watching it. This is like the best stuff that I've ever seen on TV and movies for a while now. And I was sort of just down this rabbit hole of thinking that this stuff was going to be normal, and thank God someone spoke sense. So this episode is like it's a gift to humanity, basically. It's just a freaking good episode. So yeah, that's all I want to say, really. Thank you for listening, and bye. Also, one last thing, actually. I had this debate or something with a guy, or I don't know, maybe it wasn't a guy, but it was about how I hated Castlevania, the Netflix series. Like, I felt my brain was so insulted by that shit, like the Castlevania Netflix series, because I love the games. The games are fun. It's about exploring a castle, or it's about getting to the castle. And you play as cool characters, and it has some kind of cool backstory too. And I just felt like I was raped by watching a Netflix series. I felt so bad. It's so horrible. Like, I also hear people like argue that if you get awards, then it should be like applauded. Look, no, it shouldn't. Oscar baits gets award all the time. It can still be shit, So it's about quality. It's about how good it is, how it respects the source. I can take an example of how dumb that whole idea is. Okay, so let's say you like Berserk, the anime or manga or something. I guess the anime isn't that good, but the manga is very good, I heard. But let's say that I just made Guts from Heroic or something like that, and I just made him abandon Griffith all the time to get chicks because he's a meathead or something. Would you think that would respect the lore? No, it would be insulting. That's the joke about the Panderverse too. But it's a little bit different. But that's like just rehashing all ideas, and it just looks dumb. But that's the point. Is that when you don't respect the lore, how can people respect you at all? Like, you just don't respect the fans. The only like Castlevania series that I will watch is the Captain and the Game Master, because I know they aren't serious, or if they are, then it's so bad that it's just funny. At this Silent Bell, that one is just, it's so bad it's good. I'd rather watch that than it's crap on Netflix. So that's the thing with people who just can't make anything have consistency, and just it almost feels like aliens wrote it or something. When they just make decisions that doesn't give a shit about people who like this stuff. And that's why the Panderverse thing is just a funny butt of a joke to people who think they're being geniuses or being clever with that stuff. And I just like this episode for a good reason, because they just make fun of the whole worldview of this. It's just glorious episode. So yeah, that's all I want to say, really. Thank you for listening, and bye.